Hi everyone, welcome to yet another very special Zohar reading that we're having today. Usually we have these on Tuesdays for half an hour, but this is a special edition where we'll be reading for a full hour from the portion of Noah. And without further ado, I'll already show you how you can find it if you want to follow along for yourselves, as we have these texts available on our website as well. Just go to Kabbalah.info and click the link archive. It'll take you through to the media archive at KabbalahMedia.info. Then all you need to do is click on Kabbalah Library. It's the third link down. And you scroll down a bit, go to Zohar for All under Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Rashbi, the author of the Zohar. And then just under the table of contents, you just want to go to volume 2, and then it says here, it's got the Hebrew version, Noach. And then you can just click on the first one, Noah and the Ark, and you can follow along for yourselves. And also, as usual, we're going to just say a quick hello to everyone, and then we'll go into a clip. We're going to have some rare clips from Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman, the teacher and founder here at the B'nai Baruch Kabbalah Education and Research Institute. But firstly, hello to Crystal, a big Aussie hug to Markos and all of our Kabbalah family around the world from Sydney, Australia. Hello, Crystal. And hi, Carl. Greetings once again from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Sylvie, love and shalom from the Netherlands. Lisbeth, hello from the Netherlands. Southern Saths, sending love from Arkansas. Annie Kurtz, shalom. Kevin, great friends, shalom. Yetze says, hello friends, peace from Netherlands. Joe is also saying shalom from San Diego. Feel free to keep writing in if you're coming in. And we'll already get into it. Let's go straight into the first clip with Dr. Laitman preparing our intention toward the reading, because as we learn here in the wisdom of Kabbalah, that the intention toward this text and toward any Kabbalistic text, but especially toward the book of Zohar, written at such high levels from a group that rose from, you could say, the lowest level of this world all the way to the heights of spirituality, attaining all 125 degrees together as a single group or a single 10 friends who attained all these levels in a cave as they were, and wrote about their attainments. And we can draw very special spiritual forces from there, the surrounding light, as it's called in Kabbalah, the Or Makif. So let's hear some words from our teacher here, Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman, preparing us with this intention towards this very high text.
In the book of Zohar, I don't need any special preparation, but only the intention that we want to develop and grow as a child in this world, instinctively, that always exists in this desire to receive, to develop, as we receive this point in the heart that's pushing us towards spiritual development. We continue this development, which is in the vessels and in the lights, in which we develop, and this unification of all the points between us, as we connect as one man and one heart into one soul that's called Shema. V'Adam Arishon. So our tendency is to, especially when we're reading the book of Zohar, to be in the system, to be incorporated in this prayer of many. So we would be completely entangled in one another with our group. That's all of our friends around the whole world, and there's no place, there's no distance in spirituality. Besides the Kli, we just need the light that will fulfill us to the extent that we want to be together, and it wants to be not just within us, but to be as a surrounding light that's pushing us to connect and unite. And we're striving for this Kli, for this unity between us, between everyone, between each other, and to be in one system and one Kli, this one vessel, so the light will exist, that exists outside is the creators, the upper force that will fulfill us and will give us the connection between us and give us fulfillment, this mutual fulfillment as one. And this will be called the spiritual world. So let's, in this tendency, let's be together in this during the entire reading of the book of Zohar, in this special concentration, in this Kli, in this vessel, and within this light that will fulfill us. And we are in this desire, we will see in this book, because a book is written from that state that we are imagining, that we are all fulfilled with one light together.
Zohar for all, Noah and the Ark. 1. Happy are Israel who engage in Torah and know the ways of Torah, for which they will be rewarded with the next world. 2. All of Israel have a portion in the next world, because they keep the covenant on which the world stands, as it is written, "If my covenant is not day and night, I have not appointed the ordinances of heaven and earth." They keep the circumcision in Kedusha, in holiness, to not defile it with a layer of vain semen and incest. Therefore, Israel, who are keeping the covenant because they have taken it upon themselves, have a portion in the next world. 3. Moreover, this is why Israel are called righteous, and anyone who keeps the covenant on which the world stands is called righteous. From where do we know that? From Joseph, because he kept the everlasting covenant and did not fail with his master's wife. He was rewarded with being called righteous, as it is written, "And your people are all righteous." It is also written, Noah was a righteous man, that he was keeping the covenant. This is why his generations persisted, and this is why it is written, "These are the generations of Noah." Noah was a righteous man, for they are dependent on one another. 4. And a river comes out of Eden to water the garden. The river is Yesod, which comes out of Eden, Chokhmah, and enters the garden, Malchut, watering it with the potion of above and giving it contentment, making fruits and growing seeds. Then there is contentment to all, which is contentment to the garden, which has fruits. It brings contentment to the river, as it is the one that makes the fruits, as it is written, "Because in it he rested," in the river, Yesod. It is also written, "And he rested on the seventh day," in the garden, Malchut. And he rested comes from the word rest and contentment. This is the Yesod that makes generations. It is the river that comes out of Eden, because no other Sphira makes fruits. 5. Noah, below, was a holy covenant, like the Yesod of above, the river that comes out of Eden. This is why he was called a man of the ground, since the ground is Malchut, and Yesod is Malchut's man. Noah needed the ark, Malchut, in order to connect in it and sustain the descendants of the entire world, as it is written, to keep their descendants alive. 6. The ark is the ark of the covenant, Malchut, after she received into her the Yesod, called covenant. Noah and the ark below were as Yesod and Malchut of above, since concerning Noah it is written, covenant, as it is written, and I will establish my covenant with you. And as long as the covenant did not exist in him, he did not come to the ark, since it is written, and I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark. For then the ark becomes the ark of the covenant. That is, after it received Noah the righteous into it, meaning a covenant, it becomes the ark of the covenant. 7. Ark and Noah are as Malchut and the covenant of above. And since the covenant of above makes generations, Noah too makes generations. As it is written, these are the generations of Noah. He makes generations like the covenant of above, Yesod of Atzilut, because he was rewarded with the holy covenant, Yesod of Atzilut, called covenant, is on him. 8. Noah was a righteous man, like the Yesod of above. This is why it is written, a righteous is the foundation, the Yesod of the world. The earth, Malchut, exists on it, and he is the pillar on which the world, Malchut, stands. This is why he is called the foundation of the world. That foundation is a righteous, and Noah was righteous below, in the souls. This is why it is written, Noah was a righteous man, teaching us that the world exists on him. 9. Noah walked with God. He never retired from him, from Malchut, and he was rewarded with being a righteous man in the earth, such as above, the foundation of the world, a covenant of peace and the peace of the world. He is certainly a man of the ground, the husband of the ground. This is why it is written, and Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. He was favored by him. 10. He was complete in his generations. His generations are the generations that came out from him. He complements all of them with his righteousness, and he himself is more complete than all of them. He was complete in his generations, meaning that his completeness complemented all the generations that came out from him, and became complete thanks to all the generations that came out from him. He was complete, meaning he was born circumcised. In his generations, which came out from him, and not in the generations of the world. But although he was complete in all the generations of the world, it is still written in his generations, since all the generations of the world are his generations, as they come from him. Noah was worthy of being in one connection with the ark and entering it since the day the world was created. But as long as they did not connect as one, the world was not established properly. Afterwards, it is written, "And from these the earth was populated." Populated is like the upper ark, which is the garden, since from there onward is the separation, and the generations have spread in all directions. Once they came out and were corrected in the ark, they could be in the world of separation without being blotted out like the generation of the flood. The branches below are similar to their roots above. This is why it is written, "These are the generations of Noah." These are the generations, and not the first, who did not exist in the world since the foundation of the world. Noah is the one who makes fruits exist in the world. All that is said about Noah and the ark below implies to their roots above in Atzilut. The measure of the ark implies the measure of the construction of the mochin in the ark of above, Malchut, which is built by Yesod of Zeranpin. 3 measures are mentioned regarding it: length, width, and height, which are Chabad. The length is Chokhmah, but it is extended from Bina, who becomes Chokhmah, whose digits are hundreds. This is the gar that the ark receives. As it is written, 300 cubits is the length of the ark, Kachab, each of which is 100. The width is Bina, with regard to the Hasadim in it, which illuminate in all of her 5 Sfirot, Kachab Tum. And because they are Hasadim, each Sfirah is regarded as only 10, and they are, as it is written, the breadth of it 50 cubits. The height is the dart, the incorporation of Chokhmah and Chasadim together, like the imaginary height, which is the incorporation and growth of the length and width together. It is extended to the ark from Zeranpin, whose digits are tens, and illuminates Kachab in her gar, like the length. This is why it is written, and the height of it 30 cubits. Thus, the measures of the structure of the ark by Noah are as the measures of the structure of Malchut by Yesod of Zeranpin. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man. Why does it write Noah twice? Each righteous in the world has 2 spirits, one in this world and one in the next world. So it is with all the righteous to which the Creator called: Moses, Moses, Jacob, Jacob, Abraham, Abraham, Samuel, Samuel, Shem, Shem, all but Isaac. It is not written Isaac twice, because when Isaac was sacrificed on the altar, his soul, which was in him in this world, had departed. And since it was said to Abraham, "Blessed is he who revives the dead," meaning he was told, "Do not send out your hand to the lad, after he had already sent out his hand to slaughter him. Only his soul that is in the next world returned to him. This is why he was not called Isaac, Isaac. This is also why the Creator did not unify his name on a righteous in his life, but only on Isaac, since he was regarded as dead, because he did not have a soul from this world, but from the next world, as those who pass away from this world have. It is written, "For he puts no trust in his holy ones, and the heavens are not pure in his eyes, since he does not unify his name on the righteous in his life." 14. Because Noah was a righteous, he praised him twice, as it is written, Noah, Noah. It is also written, he was a complete man in his generations. If he were in other generations, such as in the generation of Abraham, the generation of Moses, the generation of David, he would not be regarded as anything. But see what he has done in a generation where all are wicked, much less if he were in a generation where all are righteous, what would he do? Before we go to the next section, we'll listen to another clip of Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman renewing the intention toward the reading of this book.
In every Zohar lesson, it's possible to build the right intention. In every Zohar lesson, it's possible to make great corrections. It's not worthwhile to make personal calculations. It's this way or that way. It's not so worthwhile to pry into the book because we don't quite understand what the text itself is aiming us to. It's enough if a person wants, through the connection in the group, that he makes of himself zero and a few zeros, and he wants to be in a society where everyone's equal, and he wants to raise the importance of the Creator in the society, and he wants between everyone for there to be this one heart. All of these states, everything that's directed towards connection during the reading of the Zohar, it's worthy of it merits the reforming light. So we need to think about that, the connection between us, and we can go into details of what that is exactly each time, and the reforming light upon it. Until out of the effort in the connection and the reforming light, until it happens that I reveal the Creator. I reveal it in this way, because this becomes my first 10 Sefirot, and then there's already a form there.
Zohar for All, Noah, section Go See the Works. 15. It is written, Go see the works of the Lord, who has wrought desolations in the earth. The prophecy appears to people through the deeds that the Creator does. When the prophecy appears after preceding harsh deeds, it is called a harsh image or vision. The name is what causes everything. Hence, one should examine the name of the thing, because the Creator put it in people's mouths to name names in the earth, as it is written, Go see the works of the Lord, through the names that people gave to actions in the earth, since the Creator placed the names in their mouths by prophecy, through preceding actions. 16. And he called his name Noah, saying, This one shall comfort us from our work and from the sadness of our hands. It is written, saying, and it is written, this one. Saying is the nukva, malchut. This one is a righteous, Noah. Here it is written, this one, and there it is written, this is the Lord for whom we waited. This that is written there is the Lord, who is called righteous. And this that is written here implies Noah, who is called righteous, like the Creator. And he called his name Noah. The upper Nukva, Malchut, called him Noah, saying that the Nukva said, "This one, Noah, shall comfort us from our work and from the sadness of our hands." Happy are the righteous who are signed in the lists of the King's ring, meaning the Creator, as they are written in his name, and he places names in the earth, in the mouths of people, so they will call everything by its name as it should be. 17. It is written, and he called his name Noah. And it is written, and he called his name Jacob. Why is et, the, not written with Jacob, as it is with Noah? The word does not appear in the English translation. Et comes to include the Shekhinah, Nukva, who is called et. This is why with Jacob, whose degree is a Merkavah, a chariot or a structure for the Creator alone, it is not written et. But with Noah, who is righteous, always connected to the Shekhinah, it is therefore written et, which is the Shekhinah that is included with Noah. Good is a man who is gracious and lends. 18. Good is a man who is gracious and lends. He will consider his words in judgment. Good is a man is the Creator, who is called good, as it is written, "The Lord is good to all." It is also written, "The Lord is a man of war, and he pardons and lends to all," to Yesod. It is so because Havaya, Zeranpin, bestows and lends the abundance of Mochin to Yesod for the place, for he does not have his own, the Nukva, since the place, the Nukva, is nourished by Yesod. He will consider his words in judgment, since that thing, the Nukva, is nourished only by judgment, the mochin of illumination of Chokhmah. As it is written, "Justice and judgment are the foundation of your throne." Thus, justice, the Nukva, is nourished by the judgment. The lending is, as was said, the mother lends her clothes to her daughter, since the Nukva has nothing of her own to receive the mochin, but borrows them from Ima. She receives them through Zeranpin, as it is written, "Good is a man, the Creator, who is gracious and lends." The abundance to Yesod for the Nukva, for by that he will consider his words, the Nukva, with judgment, with the great mochin. 19. Good is a man, is a righteous, as it is written, "Say to the righteous that it is good, for they will eat the fruit of their actions." Thus the righteous is called good. Good is a man, is Noah, as it is written, "Noah was a righteous man." Good is a man, is Yesod of Zeranpin, called righteous, or Noah the righteous, who is gracious and lends the abundance of mochin to the Nukva. By that he will consider his words, Nukva, with judgment, in mochin of Gadlut. Good is a man was said in praise of the Sabbath, in Mochin of the Sabbath day. As it is written, "It is good to thank the Lord." The light of the Sabbath is the light of the purpose of heaven and earth, which illuminates at the end of correction. Therefore, prior to the end of correction, it illuminates only as a loan. As we learn, "They borrowed from me, and I repay." Hence, "Good is a man who is gracious and lends," is written in the Sabbath lights given as a loan. 20. It is all one, where this one, the righteous, makes generations in the world. The generations of the world are the souls of the righteous, who are a fruit of the works of the Creator. 21. When the Creator crowns himself with his crowns, he crowns himself from above and from below. From above is from the deepest place, which is Abba Ve'ima. He also crowns himself from below, from the souls of the righteous. Then life is added from above and from below. The place of the temple is included with all the sides. The cistern is filled, the sea completed, and he gives life to all. It is so because the mochin of the souls of the righteous come out in 3 points: cholam, shuruk, chirik, like the mochin of Zeranpin. It was clarified in mochin of Zeranpin that in Yesut, 2 points, cholam and shuruk, mi'ele, come out first. These are the 2 lines, right and left, and they are in dispute and cannot illuminate until a coupling is made on the screen of Zeranpin that rose there in Man, and the level of Chasadim emerges on it, the point of Chirik and the middle line. Then it decides between the lines, which are Mi'ele, and they connect in the name Elokim. This is why it is said in the Zohar, "And Jacob awoke," who is the middle line that came out on the screen of Chirik. He sees Abraham, the point of Cholam, and the right line, which was established on the right side, and then both of them grip Isaac, the point of Shuruk and the left line, one from this side and one from that side. Then the power of the judgments of the left line cannot come out, but dresses and becomes incorporated in the right. Therefore, Zeranpin, who caused the completion of the mochin in Yeshut, is himself rewarded with these mochin, as it was said, "Since 3 come out of one, one is rewarded with the 3 of them." In just that manner emerge the mochin of the souls of the righteous. First, the 2 points, Cholam and Shuruk, emerge in Zon. The 2 lines, right and left, where Zeranpin is established at the point of Cholam and right line, and the Nukva is established at the point of Shuruk and left line. Then they are in dispute, and neither illuminates in wholeness, until the souls of the righteous rise to them for Man. Then the level of Chasadim emerges there on the screen in the souls of the righteous, the point of Chirik and the middle line. The Chasadim proliferate through the middle line and through the right line, the judgments in the Nukva are cancelled, and she connects with Zeir Anpin. And the souls of the righteous are rewarded with that measure of wholeness they have caused in Zon as well. This is why it was said that when the Creator, Zeir Anpin, crowns himself with his crowns, he is corrected in his crowns, in the Mochin. He crowns himself from above and from below, becomes corrected from above and from below, at the Mochin of the point of Cholam, the right line, which it receives from above, from Abba Ve'ima, and in the Mochin of the point of Chirik, the middle line, which it receives from below, from the souls of the righteous. From above it receives from the deepest place, from Abba Ve'ima. From them come the Mochin of the point of Cholam, and the right line. It is corrected from below with the souls of the righteous, in Mochin of the point of Chirik, that emerge on their screen. At that time, life proliferates by the Chasadim from above, from the point of Cholam, and the Chasadim from below, from the point of Chirik. And the place of the temple, the Nukva, is incorporated in all the sides. It is so because Nukva of Zeir Anpin, regarded as Mochin of the point of Shuruk and the left line, who was disputed with Zeir Anpin, the right line, has now made peace because she is surrounded by Chasadim on both sides, from the right line and from the middle line. With respect to her Chasadim, the Zohar calls her a Cistern. With respect to the Chokhmah, it calls her sea. Hence, when the Cistern is filled with Chasadim, her Chokhmah dresses in Chasadim, and the sea is completed. At that time it gives life to all, giving Mochin to the souls of the righteous, since the souls of the righteous are rewarded with the same measure that they cause to be completed in Zon. And once again, we'll go to another clip of our teacher, Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman.
These times are special, as with the changes from the sun. There are certain times, the time periods that we celebrate. We don't just celebrate some event that happened in history. We celebrate that force which influences us and awakens us, these certain events, onto our souls. This force, it acts on us from Ein Sof, through all the worlds, all the way down to our world, onto our earth, and through the sun and through the moon. And when we're speaking about Purim, the holiday of Purim, which is soon, tomorrow, it is the greatest, the highest holiday of all the holidays for the whole world, for all of humanity. When it comes to Gemar Tikkun, to the final correction, and this is the holiday when everyone must drink and get drunk. Somebody must completely empty the bottle of whiskey. I see it's not a problem for you here. Okay, everybody accepted this. Everyone's calm. Because it is written that you need to drink until you're unconscious. You need to come to the state that you're coming out of your consciousness. You're coming out of your desire. out of the slavery of your egoism, and you're rising above your consciousness, above, and then you're coming to spirituality. Well, that's how it said. I just simply said about getting drunk. That's not the most important, of course. Purim is against Martikun. It's for the final correction. That's why we dress up in costumes. The costume is like the light of Chasadim that we need to clothe in. We need to dress up our desire to receive this way, and then it becomes a desire to bestow. And then we're eating these little triangle cookies. That's like Israel, the light, and the Torah are together. This little triangle, these three things are together. And it's like I'm the group, I'm in one kli, and the light, and we're all together, united, like this little triangle, Hamantashen, and that's it. Nothing else, no other laws or rules, no other obligations, because it's Gmar Tikkun, it's the final correction, and in final correction, in Martikun, there are no limitations. So you just need to dress up with the light of Chasadim and just receive all of the light of Chokhmah. And then it's a sign that we are in Martikun when we're all connected. That means everybody is giving gifts to each other. That means that's the sign that we're all unified, because tomorrow we're all receiving gifts. Everyone, each one receives gifts. Gifts are drinks and food. Food is like against the light of Chasadim, and the drink is the or Chokhmah is the light of Chokhmah. That's how it's accepted. And that's it. And all of it is very easy. It's an easy holiday. We read the Megillah. It's like this storybook, which was written 2,500 years ago, when we left Babylon, and since then we're reading the Megillah. And that's it. Yeah, it's a happy holiday because it's opposite of Gmar Tikkun. There isn't anything else. There's nothing more joyful than this. So it's a general holiday for everyone in the world, and it's not just for Israel. Well, actually, all holidays don't just relate to Israel. It's all taken from spirituality. It's for everyone in the world. So I hope that we will get to this holiday. It's a really good time, and good things happen during this time, and as a result of the upper light influencing us.
Well, that wasn't the intended clip, but in any case, it connects us to our times right now. We're in the time of Purim, so you get a bit of taste of what that's about, and we also have much more material about that here if you're so interested. But in any case, we'll go now to the intended clip. It's just a short one to readjust our intention toward the reading of the text we have before us.
The Messiah is called the upper light, which scrutinizes the lower vessels, the hardest and the worst ones, and corrects them and fills them up. Therefore, it's called the Messiah, the Mashiach, because it pulls Moshiach from the Klippa, in order to receive. That these desires are in, and fulfills them in order to bestow. This is a person. In general, wisdom of Kabbalah does not talk about people. There are no bodies. There's just a desire, a restriction, a screen, reflected light, and so forth. What appears to us, that everything that we see here, this is the imaginary world which doesn't exist. There is a root and a branch. And just we have in this world days and nights and all sorts of processes which stem to astronomy and the nature of this world. And this way, this world is divided and built as a copy of the upper nature, which is why we, together with that, we're adding these corporeal actions to spiritual actions. If we do this, then we form a certain connection between our corporeal state, which appears to us that we exist in a world that has all of these processes, and with the inner spiritual world. And when there is a connection between the worlds, then there's an illumination from world to world. Meaning, even within our beastliness, there's still a special illumination there. So then it's worthwhile to use that as well.
Continuing the text, we're reading in Zohar for All from the portion Noah, section Drink Water from Your Cistern. 22. Drink water from your cistern and liquids from your well. A cistern is an empty place from which water does not flow. A well is water that is flowing out. However, everything, well and cistern, is all one place, the nukva, the place to which the poor grip. When she is not connected with her husband, Ziranpin, and she is poor, she is called a cistern, which does not have of its own except what is put in it. And who is it? It is the letter Dalet, and the nukva, when separated from Ziranpin, is called Dalet. 23. When she makes a coupling with Ziranpin, she becomes a well, which is flowing and filled from all sides. It is filled from the right line, from Ziranpin, and from the middle line, from the souls of the righteous. When she is in coupling with Ziranpin, she is called the bottom hay, which is filled from above and flows from below. She is filled from above, from Ziranpin, the point of Cholam, and flows from below, from the souls of the righteous, the point of Shuruk. 24. Drink water from your cistern is King David, of whom it is written, Who will give me water to drink from the cistern of Bethlehem? Liquids is Abraham, from is Jacob, who is in the middle, and from means from the middle. Your well is Isaac, who is called a well of living water. Thus we find in this verse the holy Merkavah from the patriarchs, and King David who joins them. 25. The craving of the nukva for the male is only when he instills spirit into her, and she raises man toward the upper mud. So is the assembly of Israel, Malchut. She does not evoke her craving for the Creator, unless by the spirits of the righteous who enter her as man. At that time water flows out of her, being lights of chasadim, from the point of chirik, which illuminate in her through the souls of the righteous, toward the water of the male, which are the lights of the right line, with mochin of the point of cholam, while her own self is the point of shuruk. All three phases, cholam, shuruk, chirik, become one passion, one bundle and one knot. This is the desire of everything, and it is the stroll that the Creator takes with the righteous in the Garden of Eden. They are regarded as 5 phases, made of the 3 phases, Cholam, Shuruk, Hirik, and they are 5 phases of Mochin, called Naran Chai. Passion is the light of Nefesh. Bundle is the light of Ruach. Knot is the light of Neshama. The desire of everything is the light of Chaya, and the stroll that the Creator takes with the souls of the righteous is the light of Yechidah. 26. Though all those are the generations of the Garden of Eden, the Nukva of Zeranpin, who clothes Upper Ima, who is then called the Garden of Eden. Her offspring are the souls that do not come from the righteous, Yesod of Zeranpin, unless when he enters the ark, the Nukva, in one connection, and all the offspring she receives from the righteous are concealed in her for some time, and then they are born and emerge from her. Here too, Noah was a righteous man. He did not elicit offspring that would multiply in the world until he entered the ark and everything gathered inside of it. They were concealed in it for some time, then emerged from it to multiply in the world and exist in the earth. Had they not emerged from the ark, they would not exist in the world. 27. It is all done as above. From the ark, Nukva, they emerged above, and from Noah's ark they emerged below. Now the world exists and not before, which is why it is written, and liquids from your well. It is also written, and Noah begot 3 sons. This means that liquids from your well applies to the coupling of the upper righteous and the ark, which comes in 3 lines: Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Liquids is Abraham, from is Jacob, and your well is Isaac. It is likewise with Noah and the ark. And Noah begot 3 sons, which are also 3 lines. Shem is the right line, Ham is the left line, and Yefet is the middle line, since Noah and the ark below are completely similar to the righteous and the ark of above. And the earth became corrupt. 28. And the earth became corrupt before God. Why is it written before God, which is obvious? Because they committed their sins openly, it is written before God. 29. And the earth became corrupt before God. Initially it was before God. They did not sin openly. They did their deeds before God and not before people. But in the end, they did their deeds openly. And in both manners, it is written that they sinned, in hiding and openly. 30. Since the day Adam broke his master's commandment, all the people born after him were called sons of Adam. It is not a praise that they are called so. Rather, it is as one who says, the sons of so-and-so who broke the commandment of his master. 31. Since Noah came, the people of the world are named after Noah, the generations of Noah. This is a praise, since Noah sustained them in the world, and not the generations of Adam, who removed them from the world and caused death to everyone. 32. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that the sons of men had built. It is written, sons of men, and it is not written, sons of Noah, although they came from Noah. But because Adam sinned before his master, the text attributes them to sons of men, and it would be better for him if he were not created. 33. It is written, a wise son makes a father glad. If the son is good, all the people of the world mention his father favorably. If the son is bad, everyone mentions his father unfavorably. Because Adam sinned and broke the commandment of his master, when those builders of the tower came and rebelled against their master, It is written about them that the sons of men had built, the sons of Adam Harishon, who rebelled against his master and broke his commandment. 34. This is why it is written, these are the generations of Noah. These are regarded as offspring, generations, and not the first. These, who emerged and came out from the ark, are offspring, and not the offspring of Adam, who went out from the Garden of Eden, and did not take them out from there. This is why they are not sustainable. See one more clip of Kabbalist Dr. Michael Laitman, just a short one, reminding us once again about why we read the Zohar, which is really much more important than the what we are reading. So let's get into that a bit and we'll head out from there.
Whoever wants to feel the Zohar has to understand that the Zohar reveals to us the network of connections between us, and how this network is inspired by the attribute of bestowal which is revealed in it, which is called the Creator. And this inspiration, this revelation, takes place according to the law of equivalence of form. While we read the Zohar, we have to think about how the light is revealed inside our common Kli.
So, just saying goodbye now to everyone who joined us. And from where we left last time, we also have Mel sending love from Sydney, Nika, warm greetings to all friends from Niagara Falls in Canada, Javi saying shalom from Colombia, Tolik sends love from Brooklyn, Christina, shalom from Romania, Tefo, hello from Gaborone in Botswana, Abidemi, Kinoshi, shalom friends from Lagos in Nigeria, Jonathan Sebastian, shalom from Florida, and Kevin Long also joins us, CSI, Dewey, and I'm seeing names starting to repeat now. Also JP Brooks saying hello from Illinois, High Priest Larkin Ben Yosef, be well. Okay, also on Facebook we have people connecting too. So it's been great that you've been able to connect with us. It's been a privilege being able to read this lofty book of Zohar for you. And anyone who wishes, we have a Zoom Q&A session right after this event. You just go to KabUconnect.com/live. There's the link there in the chat. So you can just follow that. And if you're not a KabU member, then just click Zoom and sign up for a free trial. And then you can click Zoom again on that page, KabUconnect.com/live. And that's how you can join a 1-hour Q&A session we'll be running right after this. So it's been great once again being with you all, and look forward to seeing you once again soon for another one of these. See you later.
Thank you.